CEO of Jurivine. I have established the Jurivine in last year, and so far we have trained 6,000 plus legal students and professionals and graduates. Okay. So we have been providing services with not only respect to learning and education, but also with respect to giving post training for the employer and for the student as well, and various workshops to legal research and publication, and lots of more engaging and upcoming workshop we keep on coming up with. So today's workshop is going to be for AI for lawyers and how we can earn more works faster and build a global practice. So on all these parameters, this workshop will be going. Okay. And I will be also walking you through basic AI tool, its operation, along with certain content and along with certain going into more in a very deep and very brief manner. Okay. So the workshop agenda is that why AI is now essential. We will look into understanding the AI and prompting. We will see how legal research workflow work, how case extraction we can use AI for, how for content creation we can use it, and how we can use AI with global practice. Okay, so AI is not going to replace us unless and until we do not know how to use it. Okay, so before begin the session, I just wanted to ask you a few questions. What AI tools you have already used? What was your purpose or a work using these tools, and what issues or a frustration you have faced? So I just want you all to use your chat box to give me these answers. Okay, so let me just show you the question again for other people. So, what AI tools you have used, for what work or purpose, and what issue or frustration you have faced by using AI when it does not give you a proper result? Did you ever face any issue? Like, I have not used any AI yet. Okay, for law. Okay, chat GPT for note GPT. Okay. Uh, Jyotirmay, what was the for what purpose or work you have used AI? If you can give a little brief. And also, guys, did you ever face any frustration using it, or whatever times you have used your AI, it gave you the perfect result? For legal research, okay, for templates, okay, fine. I have used ChatGPT and usually the case laws that it gives are incorrect. Okay, Gemini is a bit more accurate. It's very important to check. Okay. Okay, Shaima, we will be going in very deep with your question, with your, issue that you face. I didn't feel it perfect. It waste vague. Okay, you didn't feel it perfect, but from today onwards, you will going to feel it. It is for okay, and it is not just a waste. Anyone else want to share his or her inputs? Please, guys, let's not just make this session boring and just only I be talking. I also want your inputs as well, so that it could help me to get your doubts better. Okay, I think if there's no any other people who have used, so basic tool that I can say that most of you have used is ChatGPT, Perplexity, NoteGPT, okay, and some have not used it majorly legal research, but there was inaccuracy in it, and for templates, okay. Anyone use ChatGPT or any other AI tool for content creation, for drafting? Anyone? Okay, Regina has used. No. Okay, Shaima, you have used Claude. Good. Okay. So use the chat box, guys, if you have any doubt in between. Okay. So let's begin further. So before we go into how we have to do it, what we should be doing or not, let's go into little basic, okay? And then one by one we will start more. So I every lawyer needs AI right now because as I have read the comment, someone said it is a waste of time, okay, or whatever it is, but it is a waste, right? So the AI, when you use AI as a lawyer, it is going to 10x your speed, your client expectations are going to increase, your competitive risk will decrease. So, having said that, a lawyer using AI can do in 2 hours what it takes usually 2 days, and not only just 2 hours, it lessen your time more. Okay, if you use proper AI and if you know how to prompt. Okay, second, client increasingly expect faster, cheaper, more accurate legal work. So if you are just sitting up manually doing every work, whether it is drafting or anything like that, or creating any content for your client or drafting any contract or any plea or anything else, if you are not able to do it faster, you will either stuck with just one client or you are not going to get a further or a new client as well. This will ultimately reduce your income potential. It will reduce your client base. Okay. And the competitive risk is again the competitors, the people who are using AI in a much better and smarter and a faster way, they will get the more competitive edge than you. So you don't compete with AI, you become a lawyer who commands AI, and the lawyer earns more, serves better, scales without limit. Okay. Now, AI is your assistant, it is not your threat. So first thing you always need to remember that it is something for your assistant. Neither it is your boss nor it is your complete, co-worker. It is just a assistant. AI is going to assist. It is something like, in a very simple term, I would say it is your intern. You have hired a full-time digital intern for yourself who is going to help you in writing document review, in doing legal research and searches, doing repetitive tasks and data processing as well. Because when you get a client, if you have a client base or you're a practicing freelancer or an advocate, you must be having a lot of client base. So for that, you need to process certain data. You need to do certain verification and validation of your data to track your performance. And AI is the best tool to assist you in that as well. So take AI as your assistant, take AI as your full-time intern, which is an unpaid, unless until you are not going with the any paid subscription using any AI tool. Okay. So what AI can do for lawyer today? So AI is going to help you in legal research, draft documents, review and analysis, content creation, translation, and of course, what all AI is doing for you through these work, it is going to save your time. So it is basically to reduce your workload and to give you a more edge and allow you to do multiple tasks in a very short span of time. Okay. So we will be coming up in all these and I will be showing up you all live, like how we can get an accurate results. Okay. So what is generative AI? How many of you know the meaning of generative AI? You can use the chat box to give your answers. Any simple layman language answer I just want. Anybody has ever used it or ever read any at any place? Nobody's know the answer of this. Okay, fine. So generative AI or Gen AI that creates is a AI that creates new content. It creates text, it creates contracts, it summarizes your case summaries or your long documents or your drafts. It even create your images instead of just sorting or classifying data. And the generative AI tools basically are your ChatGPT is a Gen AI tool, your Claude, your Gemini are Gen AI models. So it is based on Gen AI. Okay, so whenever you call you want to explain what Gen AI, you can explain what ChatGPT is, what Claude is, and what Gemini is. Okay. So traditional AI versus Gen AI, what is the difference? So traditional AI predicts or flag. So it basically help you what spams filters are. It helps you for e-discovery review. Okay. But when you use Gen AI, it goes further. It helps you to explain. It helps you to draft. Okay. It helps you to make things in a very bullet point, in a very easy, simple, and understandable language. And not only just that, it is going to help you in creating certain kind of images, your images in a form of whether you want animated images, where you want any professional human based images, or also you want to create a certain, what I would say, infographics, right? So these kinds of models are Gen AI is trained for. Okay, so don't use it where you can use it for and where you don't. So for Gen AI, you can't use it for final legal opinion without review. If you are not asking or if you are not reviewing it, you cannot find a legal opinion. Okay. Citing unverified case law. You are not going to use it that for randomly or vaguely. Pasting confidential client data into free public tool. You cannot do that. Even if you do, if you want to check it just now, right away, uh take any you know carousel or any reel content from Instagram and try to paste that in chat GPT or any of such AI tool. Okay. And ask that AI to give you a written content on whatever it is being said in that reel or a carousel, or to translate all the verbal things into a text base. It is not going to do it for you. If you really want to check it, you can do it right away, guys. And you, because it will tell you that when the AI is using to translate or that voice into text, or to figure out the written text into copy paste text, it will get a window of login system. Okay. So that is for the security reason that whenever you paste any confidential client data free, whether it is free tool in a public or a public tool or whatever kind of tool you will use it, it will show up like that. For what you can use it for? You can use it for drafts, you can use it for summaries, you can use it for brainstorming, speeding up your research direction, explaining concept into plain simple language for your clients. So these are the certain kind of work that AI does for you. And unless and until you does not take up anything, any subscription or any model, it is going to do it for you free. Okay, so this is the generative AI. I hope that makes sense to everyone and everyone is on the same page, guys. Can I get a thumbs up or any reaction or any yes, no? Yes, okay. Thank you, Akshaya. Yes, fine. Thank you so much, guys, for your response. Okay, let's moving ahead. Understanding AI and its prompt. So if you are using AI and if you want to use it for your work as a lawyer, as a law student, or as an advocate or whatever it is, either for your freelancing work, either for your content creation or anything like that. But if you are not giving it a perfect prompt, it is not going to give you that result. And that prompt is what we are going to understand. So what AI is basically, so I have already covered in Gen AI, but still AI is a software that learns from data to perform tasks that normally requires human intelligence like drafting, analyzing, and researching. So basically, this whole text tried to explain that AI is not only just when you give it a command, but as much as you use it, it automatically trained itself. Okay. If you think you are new with AI, or anyone is for that matter is going to AI, use AI from today onwards or tomorrow onwards, then you think you expect कि आपका AI perfect आपको result दे दे, that is not going to be possible unless and until you are not giving a perfect prompt. And after giving perfect prompt, after generating a lot of content based on that particular theme, let's for example legal, okay, then your AI is going to be trained. So when at that time, once your AI is trained, उसके बाद आप अगर एक simple word भी लिखोगे ना, so your AI is going to be giving you perfect result. Okay, unless until if you do not want a very brief or a very broad view, till then, for a small summary or in a very concise content, if you want it, it will give it to you. But if you want to go with a deep legal research or a deep research for any topic or anything of a drafting or any thing for that matter, as and when you use better prompt, it will give you the better result. So prompting is a giving a instruction to an AI to get the output you want. The better your prompt, the better your result is. So for example, if you just write in AI, just tell me about contracts, it is very vague. You are not clarifying enough what contract is you are talking about. For what type of, client is it for? Is it for IT contracts? Is it for employment contracts? And what is the jurisdiction? Is it the contracts you want? Is it for Indian contract or you want UK, USA? Nothing is clear with this prompt. It is not going to give you any result. It will take away the data of your location. It will detect that no, you are operating from India. So it might give you a detail about the Indian contract. But what if you are looking for a UK based contracts, US based contract for that matter? For that purpose, you need to clarify what type of contract you are looking for. For example, the strong prompt here is draft a freelance agreement between a designer and a client with payment and IP clauses under the Indian law. Now you see that what type of contract it is talking about. It is talking about the freelance contract between a designer and a client. Plus, it also wants payment related details on it, and IP clauses as per the Indian law. It is basically asking for an Indian contract. Simple. Is it? So that's how prompt become best when you give it in a very brief manner or when you give it a very detailed way. If you are just asking to do something, then it is not going to do it for you. Or you will just keep on struggling writing a good prompt for your work. Okay, it is only completely, then it becomes a waste of your time. It is not going to give you a better result. Okay, now come, before we go further, I want to explain you about, we will be covering every detail from now in module wise. Okay. So we will be looking up into various things as earlier I have said in the very beginning of this session, about we have understood the AI prompting, and now we will jump into the how legal research workflow will work with AI, how you can use it for your purpose. So shift is happening in the legal practice. As you all know that legal profession is undergoing the most significant transformation in decades. AI is not a future concept. It is already deployed in a top law firm. So can you imagine that multiple top law firms have already and deployed the AI for their work, for their task. Okay. And the question is no longer will AI affect lawyer, but which lawyer will use AI to dominate their practice. So if any lawyer who is not able to use it or who does not know or who is not have does not have any hands-on practice with AI, that lawyer's survival will become difficult in coming days. Okay. So a lawyer using AI can do in 2 hours, which what used to take 2 days. And not only just 2 hours, it can also reduce further. Depends upon what type of work, what type of research you are asking AI for you to do. Okay. Client increasingly expect faster, cheaper, and accurate legal research. We have all legal work. I have already told you about this. So you don't compete with AI. So always remember you become the lawyer who commands AI, and what lawyers uh, earns more, serves better, and scales without limit. Okay. So what AI can do for lawyer today? Okay. So AI can help you in legal research, for document drafting, for case summarization, client acquisition, global practice, accounting, and billing. It will not only do work for you, but also automate live tracking, invoice drafting, and follow up emails with your clients. If you are doing any freelance work or if you are a practicing advocate, okay, it will help you to do certain manual tasks, repetitive tasks which you fail doing it. Okay, and you need assistance in that. So AI is again, as I told you, is your unpaid intern for a full-time role. Okay. So now let's quickly jump into legal research workflow with AI. So AI powered legal research. So traditional legal research was very slow and expensive and basically very time consuming. Okay, so this particular module which we are going to read it right now is give you a repeatable system to cut your research time by 70% while improving your accuracy. So there are certain steps that we will be reading and we will be doing while doing any legal research. Okay. So most lawyer get poor result from AI because they ask vague question. I have shown you the example of vague prompt, which was not clear. Okay. For creation of contract. So it wasn't clear which type of contract we are asking AI to create for. The secret is structured prompting using the IREC framework. So here IREC stands for whenever you research any legal topic, you need to always state the legal issue precisely. What issue you want to looking for. Okay. Then comes the rule. Mention jurisdiction area of law. Okay, what area of law is like whether it is contract law, whether it is IT law, whether it is cyber security, DPDP, whatever it is, and the jurisdiction, whether you are looking for India, USA, UK, whatever. Okay. Then comes the application. Give facts of your case. What are basically facts that you are seeking for. Third, final thing comes the conclusion. Ask for applicable cases or statute, whatever you want that legal research to do for you yourself is that thing has to be put in the conclusion. Okay. I will show you one example, but before that, let me explain you this in more better way. So issue, rule, application, and conclusion. So this is the particular prompt formula that you will be using for legal research. Issue, you will state the legal issue precisely. Rule, the rule will always follow the rule of jurisdiction and area of law. Application will give the fact of your case. And conclusion, ask for applicable cases or statutes. For example, under Indian contract law, advise on whether a verbal agreement for property sale is enforceable. Apply transfer of. So now the application is coming up. Can you see the issue under Indian contract law? Advise on whether verbal agreement for property sale is enforceable, the issue and the rule. Then comes the application, which asks you to apply Transfer of Property Act 1882. Third comes the fact, what you want, as in conclusion. Fact, buyer paid advances, seller now refuses. List applicable Supreme Court precedent. Now, with this example, you are looking for certain precedents. Okay. So, you have briefly explained the context, what you are looking for, what is the application that you want, what will be the important fact, and what result or what outcome you want from that prompt or from that research using the AI. Okay, so that's how it is going to. Now now for this particular prompt only. Okay, to give you an example, I have asked the AI to give example for this. Now let's see how this AI has. Anybody has any doubt? Okay. So now for that particular example, I just pasted copy from here and paste. See, my AI is very trained because every day my work is related to on these sectors only. So even if I'm giving just, I'm asking the AI to give a simple example for this. No major prompt, no difficult prompt, nothing. I just ask a very simple thing. Give me a simple example for this, and I have pasted the same thing I have copied from here and I have pasted in the Claude. So see what example it has given me. So tell me about termination of employee. So this has given me the example. So if I just put a poor prompt, it is not going to give me a good result. Okay. Now let's test this. Okay. Let's test whether the prompt or whether the example this Claude has given to me or given to us, is it really correct or not? Okay. So instead of just giving you certain example, I only ask the AI to give me certain example and now we will test that example. Okay. So I have copied this. Okay. I came here and I just paste it and I will put enter. Now see how this is going to give me. the result. We will wait for a few minutes. Okay. Can you see very bullet points? It's good if you want to just, if you are well versed with the topic, and if you do not want to go with further research or a further in-depth knowledge or in-depth understanding, okay? So it has given you just kind of summary kind of thing. Termination by the employer. So the example it has given us, let's read it. Tell me about termination of employees in India. Okay, just a random. So it has given a certain introduction that it is being classified as a workman, the termination of employee. So the employee is classified as a workman under Industrial Dispute Act of 1947, under the Industrial Dispute Code of 2020 when brought into force, or is a managerial or supervisory employee. Okay, so it has segregated workman, employee, manager, and supervisor. Fine. So type of termination. So very vague. Okay, simple bullet points. It is good if you want, if you have a good understanding or a good knowledge of the subject. So it is not good for your research work. It is not good for doing or writing anything in a very detail of 300 page or 300 words, sorry, 300 words, 500 words for that matter. Okay. Grounds of termination: misconduct, theft, fraud, assault. Okay, it has done good work but not the best work. Okay, it is just given us certain natural justice. It has given us just a bullet point. Okay, but now, so can you see how that example, and it has also asked us a follow-up question as well. Now just take the second example. Okay. So the second example which it has given us based on the IREC structured prompt. Okay. So it has mentioned issue. Can an employee terminate a permanent employee without notice for habitual late coming? So it has created a picture. Okay. So the termination is occurring. Why? Because habitual late coming is happening with the employee. The employee is coming regularly late in the office, not on the time. Okay. Second comes the rule. Under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947, it talked about the Maharashtra. It is detecting my location. Okay. So focus on provision governing the dismissal for the misconduct. So it is just a random, right? Okay. So whenever you want to give it a better prompt, you can write it. But I just wanted to show you as an example. So it has detected my location for that matter. Apply the law to fact. Employee has been late 15 times in 3 months. Received. So application it has briefly suggested. Okay. And the conclusion. Ask the AI to state whether termination at this stage would be procedurally valid or what steps are missing. So now the full prompt that you are typed into Claude, either you want to paste it over here as well or you want to paste it on ChatGPT. So I just wanted to show you both the tools together. So that is the reason I asked Claude to create a prompt, and we'll see the working of ChatGPT. So now we have copied that prompt and we have pasted it over here. Now let's see what result it is giving to us. Okay, so can you see it, guys? How brief and how full content wise the result we are seeing it. And can you compare even just by reading the two things, issue and rule, and reading this whole content? Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Right? How broad this prompt has given us the result, the output. Okay. It not only it has talked about issue, what was the exact issue, disciplinary inquiry. He was getting late for 15 times in 3 months. And the issue was the organization has given the employee two prior written notice or written warnings. Okay. Then comes the rule. It has explained the workman. Okay. And recognize it such as under various orders. It has mentioned, however, dismissal for misconduct must comply with the principle of natural justice. Labor law, it has also mentioned. Valid disciplinary procedure generally includes. So it has also given us the disciplinary position process that we have to go with this. Then it has also given us certain examples in a very some case summaries. Okay, the real cases. Then we can see that the application is also being given to us. What is acceptable application and what is not. Can you see? And explanation of that application as well. brief, short explanation, and then comes the conclusion. It has given us the conclusion as well. Step missing before lawful dismissal as well. What steps are missing and what step we need to take care about, it has given to us. And note on notice. So where dismissal is proof misconduct falling, so it's basically a conclusion kind of thing it has given to us. So can you compare the importance of prompt, how we have just pasted a simple one line, tell me about the termination, it has given us only in bullet points. But someone who is not aware of this topic, he or she will get lost in the bullet points. But when you give it a better prompt, it gives you a better result. Okay. I think everyone is on the same page. True. Okay. So can you, so that's the importance of, you know, prompting is. Now comes your research stack. So what are the research? So we have just tested the chat GPT and Claude. Okay. Now there are Indian Kanun as well. So jurisdiction specific cases are there for search for Indian practitioners. So if you get up, if you see any, in this prompt, let's for example, here it has given us this case. Okay. So if this case is being given to us and in that purpose, it has also given us with certain, the citation. So for that purpose, whether, AI is hallucinated or AI is not giving you accurate result, you need to verify it. You will always need to verify the source which AI is providing. And when you think that your AI is not giving you a better result, then you have to mention the sources as well. Now its research will get broadened. Okay. If you want AI to search using Manupatra, if you want AI nahi, use Drishti IAS or Drishti Judiciary content for this research or anything which you feel like okay, this can be useful for my research, then at that time you can mention. Okay. And again, you can cross verify and you can cross verify the citation if you think that nahi, ye correct nahi aa raha hai, if you doubt on it. Okay, then you can use it.